Yeah, looks like most of us know each other. And it's events like these that we get to reconnect. So thank you, Meritto, Evolve, for making this happen. Today's topic is future of extended and foreign branch campuses in the Middle East. So first of all, I think we need basic clarity on the topic itself. And I will sort of throw that out to the panelists. And my sort of, whenever I'm moderating a session, my ratio is 90-10. 90% for you and 10% for me. I may have some perspectives which I may throw in occasionally, but it's really, this session is about you. So, we could define extended and foreign brand campuses as branch campuses. They could be internationally accredited programs of homegrown domestic universities. And they could also mean foreign-sounding names, but they are not really foreign brand campuses. So maybe I'll start with you, KK. What do you think is the real definition of extended and branch campuses?
Hello. Can you hear me?
No.
Just switch it on.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm Krishna Kumar. I think people call me KK. I think Ajay and I have known to each other quite long. Just for the audience sake, I'm Krishna Kumar. I work for De Montfort University, and I've been here in this higher education area for almost now 20 years. And thank you so much, Meritto, for giving us the opportunity to understand, to hear from industry experts here. Yeah, to come to answer your question, luckily, I've been part of 3 branch campuses, and they're all unique. No university is the same. When you talk about ranking, when you talk about offerings, when you talk about what exactly, I would definitely invest on the experience what is being provided by the university towards the education seekers, and what exactly is there to be provided is the kind of faculties who would be addressing the Gen Z and people or students or people who have been trained or been used to social media and other stuff which has been quite predominant from the COVID era. So the university has a vital job to understand, to address these facts, which is going to be a game changer, and to have people who could address those challenges is what the university is investing in. And if you look about the accreditations and credential, literally it's all how we teach them, how we talk about that. So technically, it is quite evident that universities are well equipped in talking about accreditation and what is the purpose of the accreditation, what is the international bit of it, and how it's going to help you in planning for your future. I think that's a critical phase where the university comes into play, and bridging the gap between or trying to look into the option of from the school to the higher education. That's where university has to connect with the schools and make sure this is loud and clear to Gen Zs that this is what you're going to expect and this is what you're going to land up in.
Thank you, KK. And I have been a big failure in my moderator role because I didn't give directions that you may first introduce yourself and then answer the question. So thank you, KK, for reminding me. Yes, ma'am.
I am Nahid Afshar, and I head the Department of Admissions at BITS Pilani Dubai campus. It's an absolute pleasure to be here at this event organized by Meritto. So it's a pleasure here today. I have been in UAE since 1997 and practically seen the transformation of the higher education landscape over the years. So we started BITS Pilani Dubai campus in the year 2000, and I have been with them since inception. So over these 25 years, we have seen a lot changing. In fact, when we started in 2000, I think there were just about 4 branch campuses in UAE. We were the pioneers to set up a campus here from India. And besides us, I think there were just about 2 to 3 other campuses in UAE, higher education branch campuses. But now, I think we have grown 10 times. We have around 40 campuses now. So it is evolving, and I don't know what it's going to be, because I just heard my colleague in the earlier panel discussion that there are a lot of universities who are already waiting for their license now. I think he said that. So I'm sure there are going to be many more universities who are going to join this country now.
Professor Banerjee.
Good evening, Dubai. Thank you so much, sir. It's a very august gathering here. So I represent SP Jain School of Global Management, and I am a professor at the school. So we are very boutique in nature. So we are, unlike a university, we offer very boutique programs. I've been here almost 20 years, came here as a part of a delegation to open up one of the branch campuses of an Indian university. From there, I moved on to SP Jain. And as others have said, when we grew up back in India, Middle East was not even in the frame of our academic map in terms of building a career. And today, the entire world converges in the Middle East in terms of discussing what the future of higher education is all about. So I think, though very nascent and young in terms of age, the actions that this place has done is commendable. And if we go by what we have seen in the past couple of decades, and if today's is the reflection of what the country has done, the future is going to be manifold in terms of what we are going to see. Not only in terms of competitive minds coming together across the globe and creating breakthroughs, but also this country would be a pioneer in supplying some of the brightest minds to the rest of the world, and all here will be collectively responsible for that activity which we are doing right now. So I think this is a great moment for all of us.
Thank you, Professor Banerjee. Ma'am.
Good evening, this is Dr. Shahina Wahid, and I'm representing Walsh College UAE. Walsh College UAE itself is a branch campus of Walsh College USA from Michigan State, USA. Myself, I'm vice president and I'm leading this institution. Basically, I'm not a hardcore educationist. I'm from United Nations. My whole career is from United Nations, and then I moved to this education world. But you know, even as a professional of United Nations, I was always working on building capacity of institutions, and specifically educational institutions. So I was very relevant to this part of the world also. For branch campus, since I'm leading a branch campus by myself, for me, the definition is very simple. Being development economist, I say this is a franchise model. This is a business word, and we are in Dubai. So business is actually the hardcore theme here. So once you say a foreign campus or a branch campus, what comes to my mind immediately is a franchise model where the quality of education and accreditations and syllabus and everything is replicated from a parent campus anywhere else in the world. But the hardware, the infrastructure and the surrounding and the culture of that institution is more localized and is more managed by the local faculty and and it is determined by local culture basically. So we'll move on with this discussion forward. So I think this is sufficient. Thank you so much for having me. Thanks, Meritto. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So I think we're able to at least define broadly what it, if I may first introduce myself, I'm Ajay Shukla. I am the Campus General Manager for IIT Delhi, Abu Dhabi. How many of you have heard of IIT? And how many of you are totally intrigued by what's going on? I'm sure quite a few. Well, we started with a master's program. First of all, it is a UAE government and India government promoted venture. It has come out of the overall CEPA, cooperation agreement that the two governments signed, and amongst that was the education cooperation, and that's how the seeds of this institution were born. This is the first campus for IIT Delhi anywhere outside. And we started with a small batch of master's students, and we offered a master's program in energy transitions and sustainability, which was oversubscribed, as you can expect. And then in September, we started our bachelor's intake in energy engineering and computer science and technology. And that, as expectedly, was oversubscribed. And as an obligation to the UAE, we have a certain number of seats for UAE nationals, Emiratis. There are, through the IIT JEE competitive exam, a number of students come from India, choosing Abu Dhabi as their campus. So this is like the 24th campus of IITs. And then there is the expatriates of all nationalities, which is the character of GCC. They come through a highly competitive exam called CAET, which is held twice in a year, in February and May. And we are a thriving campus, very fast growing, and I invite some of you to come and visit us in Abu Dhabi. Now, turning back to the topic and turning off my phone, what I would sort of summarize the first question is that when we talk about extended and foreign branch campuses, we have a certain notion of a high quality provision and delivery by way of the educational inputs as well as outcomes. They may come in shades of gray. They could be fully owned branch campuses like yourself, BITS Pilani and SP Jain, and yourself as well. Or they could be franchise models where, the curriculum, the overall quality assurance and the educational strand is picked from the mother campus, but the delivery is done by the local team, whether it is staff or faculty. So that's broadly the character, but I think the underlying theme is that it denotes a certain quality, because these foreign branch campuses wouldn't be here if they didn't have a certain brand and something valuable to offer to such a dynamic market. And secondly, they wouldn't get the license, right? Because it's not easy to get a license from UAE. So let's establish that first, that there is a certain quality connotation associated with this, but it can come in different shades of gray. My second question, and we'll go counterclockwise this time. These foreign branch campuses are expected to deliver a few things, right, to the UAE also. It's not just trying to enroll students and have a business model. You have to address the national priorities of the UAE. You have to focus on graduate outcomes, because employability is a very huge need amongst the graduates here. To delivering talent to employers, promoting research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. These are the outcomes that are desired. So where are we in delivering all this very large agenda? Because that will determine the future of the branch campuses. If we don't deliver value to the country, to students, to employers, to research, innovation, then there is no future.
Well, actually, if I generalize, if I provide you a general answer, what's happening to this? The checklist that you just described is not very strict for private campuses starting their branch campus here. The first and foremost, since we are comparatively a new campus, although our parent campus is 102 years old, but we started this year and we are in the second semester, but the response is very good. It's a niche American university. So there are few American universities here, so that's why we got very good response. But I see that the checklist of the achievement and performance that you just mentioned is not very strict at the moment. The major focus of the business group that is bringing a branch campus is to deliver exactly the way it is delivered in the parent campus. And also, business point of view is also very, very interesting, very, very focused. I think this is a question that I ask myself, and in future, as we are discussing the future of these branch campuses, that we really have to focus on that for the sustainability of these campuses, that we really identify and frame the value we add to UAE as a branch campus. The parent campus, of course, is delivering value for the country where they are located, but I have not seen so far a document where an institution, I may be wrong, I'm not very old here in this discipline, but I have not seen a document of an institution specially prepared for the value that they are delivering to UAE. Yes, for recruitment of students, we say a number of things, but I don't know if regulator has ever demanded that, or have we ever prepared for the regulator? This is my question as well.
Before moving forward, may I answer that question? Very briefly, that yes, as you are putting together the overall business case and your licensure rationale and feasibility, it is not strictly mandated by the regulators that you talk about, but it is important to say that we are not just here to recruit students and get some financial value, but we are here to deliver some capacity building and deliver some of the outcomes that I described. I think that is something that is expected. So it's not sort of straightforward, as you said.
Mandated.
Yeah, but it is implicit that we should do that.
Thank you, sir. I'll be very brief because I can see there's hardly time left for my rest of the speakers. I'll make it very precise. From where we are coming, we are SPJN, as I said, and we are very boutique. We are not university. Now let's look at this particular point. The pace at which the country has grown has been significantly more than the supply of the requirement of the student graduates. The country requires intelligent people who are ready to take on the world and be a driving force by being part of this country. It is universities and institutions like us who has been partly catering to this need by educating them to the most important needs and wants, which are not only mandated by the local needs, but also governed by certain clauses. And by doing so, we have been able to bridge a very small fraction of that corporate requirement where our students today are being placed and are working with majority of the corporate houses here. So what we have seen, like other universities here, we are not the only one, we have been as educational institutions very instrumental in bridging that academia industry gap by working with corporates in various projects, by understanding problems, key challenges, and then finally supplying those talents into these industries. Point number 2, very brief. If you look into the transition of this country, as I said, is very young at age, but very, very mature in action. Some of the actions that this place has shown is as good as any developed country. So as we transition into a very technology-driven economy, we are also trying to move into that bent of mind where technology plays a very critical role in reshaping and reimagining the way by which we are shaping our kids, our students. So I think keeping in mind the requirement, universities and institutions like us are playing a very key role. Not every institution is playing all the roles, but collectively, combinedly, I think all of us are playing majority of the roles that the country requires.
We in BITS Pilani have successfully carried forward the charter of the brand BITS Pilani. So be it its curriculum, the teaching methodology, the examinations, evaluations, we have replicated everything. It's exactly identical across all our campuses, our parent campus in India as well as in UAE. And just what Mr. Shukla said now, all the parameters I think BITS Pilani has ticked already, be it teaching and learning, employability, industry collaborations, university collaborations, all these things we have already touched upon, research and innovation mainly. So we have ticked almost all of them. In fact, we are into extensive research now. We are evolving into a research-based university. And I'm very proud to say that our students have come out with 50 startups in the past 5 years. And we have now started an incubation center on the campus, and it's powered by the Dubai SME. So we are contributing to the Dubai economy through various research projects now, which our students have taken up. In fact, the Dubai Expo, I am sure many of you would have been here to witness the Dubai Expo, which happened, and that is when the Expo Live project started, which were floated by the government of Dubai. And in fact, BITS Pilani students bagged the maximum number of projects from there and also won a lot of prizes. So we've already been extensively working with the industry, with the government projects, with private industry projects, consultancies. So we have been doing a lot for this country as well, and also growing as an institution.
So, De Montfort University is a Leicester-based university, and it's 153 years old in Leicester, and we are quite young here. But it's quite strategic and quite ambitious when it comes to Dubai. And we were partnered with the UK Pavilion in Expo. That's where we started, and there are a lot of collaboration there happening. And then we had a big role to play in COP28 also, wherein we catered a lot of ideas and events which definitely reflects the need of COP28. And then we are a primary practice of SDG in Leicester as well as here. So the contribution towards the country is to bring in the changes, and I think we are quite pioneers in having the block teaching methodology here in UAE and Dubai. I think it's quite few universities would be having this block teaching, and I'm so proud to be here with my faculty member, Professor Adam, who is here. I think he'll be a classic example who comes from industry and he's working and he's helping our students to be a better students in future. And I'm being with my sales team, which is always on their toes, trying to nurture the students right from the schools towards university. And I think this gives, and yeah, I know, because last panel, 20 seconds wins for 2 minutes, so let me take 1 more minute. So thank you so much for this opportunity, and I look forward to meet with all fellow people. And thank you, Ajay, for letting me.
There is a little indulgence we'll take. Just final remarks, 15 seconds each. Okay?
Do you think this will be possible?
Yes, I hope so.
Let's try.
If you put the
15
timer
seconds
back.
each. But we are all counting. Thank you.
So we've spoken about past, we've spoken about the present, but I think as UAE gets into a more mature country, its educational needs, its knowledge economy needs are changing. And I think there will be a greater emphasis on delivering value by way of entrepreneurship, innovation, and research. So let's just focus on that, 15 seconds. What will you be doing to power the UAE knowledge economy on these 3 fundamentals?
So let me be very
Research,
quick here.
entrepreneurship, innovation.
Yes. Right now, I'm so proud that we have one of the latest campus in Dubai. And I think seeing is believing. And you can definitely take some time and come and see how innovative we have designed our classrooms. And I will leave the suspense once you come into the university. Thank you.
Since I've already spoken about research and innovation, I would like to advise all the new entrants into this market to have your own unique value proposition. Only then you can actually have a good start in this market. So please do have it.
Thank you. For a professor, 15 seconds. Stay fit, F-I-T. Be focused, be innovative, and respect the time. That's the most important thing.
For me, I still see a gap of specialization, and I see a gap of technology, innovation, incubation, acceleration facilities in the universities. There are some government-owned facilities working very well, but it has to be enhanced within each university, that you have your own incubators and accelerators, and connected with not only your parent campuses, but wherever the excellent technology innovation is existing, exchange of students. This is what I see we need to improve here. Thank you so much.
Will I be allowed final remarks?
Absolutely.
I would say that, on the 3 themes, it's important, as you said, to be very segmented and focused. Focus on the national priorities. So this is like what we have done at IIT, because energy transition, sustainability, developing competencies in AI, machine learning, data analytics are very important to the country. And those are the programs that we brought in first. And we accelerated our research. We have 15 PhD scholars on campus, already deputed from Delhi. And we will be starting our PhD program in January. Which university with just 1 year of tenure has ever done that? So you have to show commitment to the market, and you have to come with focus. And I think UAE expects that the research, innovation, and entrepreneurship competencies, universities have a very, very important role to play. So it's time to step up the game.
Thank you so much. That was fabulous. Thank you. And rightly commented that when professor speaks, how you can stop them. But thank you for making it possible. And I would like to invite on stage